Are you someone who is using ChatGPT on a regular basis and you are getting the same boring response all the time? Then this video is for you. You see, there are some advanced techniques in ChatGPT prompting which you can use to tune the responses from ChatGPT. For example, there is a setting called temperature which allows ChatGPT to change the way it thinks and responds. For example, you can make ChatGPT more creative. So in this video, I will share some of these advanced tips related to ChatGPT. And welcome to yet another brand new video of Generative AI for IT Professionals podcast. And this is Raghu. And in case if you have not subscribed to the ITversity YouTube channel, then please consider doing so before jumping into the video, and check out our other videos in the Generative AI for IT Professionals playlist here. We have a lot of videos covering tools and productivity tips related to Gen AI. Now, without further delay, let's jump into the demo.
All right. So if you are somebody who is following our Generative AI for IT Professional podcast series, then you might have probably already gone through some of the ChatGPT prompt engineering videos that I have done. So previously, if you look at the last video we did on prompt engineering, we were talking about something called role-based prompts to guide ChatGPT's response from the perspective of a specific professional like a DevOps engineer or a database administrator, somebody like that. So this approach basically ensures a relevance and context. Now, building on that, we'll now explore how to tweak ChatGPT's advanced features to enhance these interactions further. So I want to talk about three specific advanced features. I will explain them one by one, but these are the three features. The first one is system messages. Now you have to be careful. System messages are available only for ChatGPT 4 and later. Now basically this feature allows you to set the tone or the persona of the model before starting a conversation. The second is token limits. Now, to explain what is a token limit, you need to first understand what is a token. I'll talk about it. But the second advanced feature is token limits. And the third is what we call temperature settings. Now, the temperature setting controls how creative or focused the responses are from ChatGPT. Sometimes you are expecting a precise or concise output, and sometimes you want ChatGPT to be a little bit more creative. Now you can adjust this using a value called temperature setting. Now let's look at these individual features one by one. So first, system messages. So like I said, this will allow to set the tone or persona for the model, right? For example, what you can do is you can include a system message, something like, let's say I am including this particular system message. You are a technical writer specializing in API documentation. Then what will happen? All the subsequent responses from ChatGPT will then align with that persona. But remember, this is available only for ChatGPT 4 and later models. Okay, so let's look at the second advanced feature, and that is the token limit. So to understand token limit, you need to understand what is a token first, right? So tokens are basically chunks of text used to process your queries and generate response. So understanding these token limits will help you to manage lengthy interactions. So from a human point of view, we type sentences to ChatGPT, but ChatGPT understands it as tokens. I'll give you an example. So here you have a sentence called, "How are you?" So imagine this is what you're sending to ChatGPT. It is going to break it down into different tokens. For example, the first token is going to be how, second is are, and then it is you, and then the question mark as well. So even though you are sending how are you, ChatGPT actually consider this as 4 tokens. Now, you need to understand token limit for models. For example, if you are using GPT-4, it can process up to 8,192 tokens. That means whatever you are sending to ChatGPT 4 as a prompt, it will break it down, and the maximum number of tokens can be 8192. On the other hand, if you are using the more recent GPT-4 Turbo, then the capability is extended to 128,000 tokens. That means it will accommodate even more extensive interactions. So depending on how you want to interact with ChatGPT, it is a good idea to keep the token limit. Also have an understanding of what these tokens are. So usually what I suggest is that you have to, break down complex queries into or complex prompts into smaller prompts so that you are never reaching the token limit, and it is also easy for ChatGPT to understand what you're talking about. The last feature that I want to talk about is the temperature settings. Now, the temperature is a value between 0 and 1. And like I said, this basically controls how creative or focused the ChatGPT responses are. A low temperature, something like let's say 0.1 or 0.2, will produce a deterministic, precise output, while a higher temperature, something like zero point 0.8, generates more creative and varied response. But you have to keep something in your mind. You will not be able to adjust the temperature settings if you are using the ChatGPT browser-based interface. There is no way you can adjust that. On the other hand, if you are programmatically interacting with ChatGPT, let's say using Python API as an example, then you will be able to provide a value for this temperature setting, and accordingly the response will be tuned. And also, if you are building custom GPTs, you will be able to provide a value for this temperature setting. Now, what could be an example for this, right? Where should I go for a temperature of low value versus high value? So let's say you want to type in a prompt which basically says list the specific steps for deploying a Python Flask app on AWS. Now here you are looking for a concise, straightforward list of steps. So a low temperature, something like 0.2, will help. You don't want ChatGPT to be very creative here. On the other hand, let's say your prompt is something like this: generate innovative ideas for scaling this app on AWS. Now here you are asking ChatGPT to be creative, to think out of the box and come up with something. So here a higher temperature value, something like 0.8, might help. So the response will be a variety of creative suggestions, and you can be benefited from that. So just be mindful about temperature settings. And like I said, it is applicable only if you are using the API. But this is really a great feature wherein you can ask ChatGPT to either think creative or deterministic. So to summarize, system messages will allow ChatGPT to wear a persona, like let's say an API documentation expert. Token limit is something you have to be aware of, especially if you are having a very lengthy conversation with ChatGPT. Temperature settings allow ChatGPT to respond either in a creative or a precise way.
I hope you enjoyed this short video. Now, in case if you like this video, consider liking this particular video and share it with your friends who might be interested in this, and watch this space for more content related to data engineering, generative AI, and much more. And what do you think about this video? Let us know in the comments, and also let us know what other topics you want us to come up with. You can type in your valuable suggestions in the comment box and we will take it forward. And this is Raghu signing off. I'll see you with another brand new video. Thank you.